Let's see how the other episodes are doing. Ooh, anti-lockdown protest is at 470. And the nightlife is at 194. Oh well, it's still really good. What's this? Ground Zero? And it's a series where they go out and interview people in Dublin. And the first episode is a lockdown protest. And the second one is on nightlife. Well, they couldn't have done better than us since they obviously ripped us off. 6,400 views. And this is 8.5k. And I'm in this one? I'm going to not rob people. What? I'm in it? Do that because I'm not a robber. But if I was to... They have everything. Well, I guess that's it. No more Float Dublin then, since these guys obviously ripped me off. Took my product and basically compacted it and made it better and more watchable. There's no competing with that. So I guess Float Dublin is cancelled. It's cancelled. It's done. Maybe I'll make a spin-off series. Somewhere lesser known. Somewhere where it wouldn't really be expected. What about Tipperary? Float Tip, that rolls off the tongue. Yeah. Alright. Guess I'll have to break the news to Jamie.
Right, just got a text from Cam there. Fuck! Well, Cameron has officially left Float Dublin. That's fucking great. Float Tip, he says. Float Tip. What a shite. Call Killian now. Yeah, Killian. Yeah, it's Jay. It's Jay. Yeah, the Jizz. You Float Dublin? Right. Yeah, he's fucking bird watching. You know what that means? Fucking prick. I gotta do it all myself. Gotta do the whole show myself. Float Dublin going solo. Gotta save the day.
Hi. I'm Cameron Mason, as you know. I've decided to retire Float Dublin and start a new spin-off series called Float Tip. We're going to be exploring the vast countryside of Tipperary, all nooks and crannies. Today we're in Clonmel, the drug capital of Tipperary, and we're going to go out today and I'm going to visit some of the massive landmarks that are in Clonmel for everybody to see. So let's go.
Yeah, so this is the Spire. Italian people usually meet here. I mean, one time they made it look like a lightsaber. That was kind of, yeah, but you know, it's got that kind of cool design on.
So here's a place, really horrible institution. You know, it's a mental institution. It used to be a mental institution, but you know, gay people would be brought here because they think, you know, something was wrong with them. What they would do in here is they would give people lobotomies, you know, and try to rearrange their brain, do electroshock therapy. Not even just gay people with like addictions. So I don't know how that would even work. A lot of people who have been here have had their lives absolutely ruined. I mean, now it's just a couple of office buildings, but if those walls could talk, they'd probably scream. I feel sick even giving it coverage. They're probably one of the worst places I've ever stood in front of. I have chills even walking on the ground here because I just know so many people have had their lives ruined in this one place.
What up, it's Jizz. Here we are, Liffey Street, at the famous Buy Latino Immigrants sticker. Personally, my personal politics is I'd add an E to that buy. Nope, he's still on it. Sorry. Or independent media on YouTube.
No.
Very short. Ask you one question about Dublin.
No.
One question about Dublin. I mean, I guess I could show Cameron what he's missing. Dublin, the weather, the women. Maybe not the women. Fuck Float Tip. Float Dublin. 3. Let's make it happen. No, I'm not gonna jump. I wouldn't do that.
Here we are at the Church of Clonmel. This church doesn't really get used anymore. The priest said this, not me. Ever since the gays took over, the church really has no use anymore, because this was like one of those gay conversion churches where they would bring the gay people from the electroshock therapy right into here, and they just pray the gay away all night. A bunch of locals told me this information. I didn't make it up myself. As you can see, the church, I mean, it's still in pretty good shape, mostly because of the bulletproof windows that they have around the place, but somehow people still manage to break some of the windows. So yeah, pretty old church. People don't use it anymore. It ruined a lot of homosexual people's lives. So yeah, I guess Move on.
Right. Cool. That's a great sign. Concrete pouring progress. Parking this area at your own risk. Fuck, bro. Wouldn't park here for me life. Getting cement in my car. That's fucked. We are in Shaw Alleyway. This place has become a bit of a hub at night. Been here a couple times myself. Hashtag weird weekend, as you can see there. Bit less exciting during the day. Still beautiful, lovely graffiti on every wall. The remains of a weekend well spent. Some fucking trooper has put some of it in the bin. Some of the rest of it's there. Very impressive stuff. But come Shaw Alleyway. I mean, don't come Shaw Alleyway because it's fucking exclusive. But do, yeah. Yeah. So I don't think Cameron in Tipperary doesn't have a fucking Shaw Alleyway. He has fucking probably fucking shit alleyway, something like that. And yeah, so Shaw Alleyway. Fuck you, Tipperary. Series called Float Dublin. My friend Cameron is moving to Tipperary. So tell me, I want one.
I persuade him not to go.
Yeah. I want one good reason why Dublin is the greatest place on earth.
So there's actual things you can do here as opposed to Tipperary, which is like shortened to Tipp. Who wants to live somewhere called Tipp?
I respect it. And one last question: have you heard of the YouTube channel Ground Zeroes?
I have not, but I'll go and look it up.
Okay, well don't look them up. They're our enemies.
Here we are. The locals call him Big Angus. This is the biggest tree in Clonmel, probably the biggest tree in all of Tipperary. This is like the Clonmel spire, if you will, you know, because Clonmel is kind of Tipperary's Dublin, if you will. Yeah, I mean, it's a big tree. I'd say a couple of squirrels live in it, maybe a couple of birds. It looks pretty dangerous. There's a bunch of benches around there, but if one of those branches were to fall off, you'd probably split your head open and die, or else. But like, I don't even know who you'd call if that were the case. Like, would you sue the tree? Would you sue the people that like own this kind of land, or would you sue like the hospital or the? I don't know. Why am I even doing this fucking tree like?
Crikey. It's insane. Whoa, this must be an ancient artifact. Groovy. We're somewhere deep in the Stephen's Green forests, far beyond civilization. If you listen closely, you can still hear the distant noises of people having to crack. Wow. What's the crack?
Alright.
How you doing?
Too bad.
Hello. Can I have an interview with you, please? Alright, please, can I have an interview with you? One question. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I miss Cameron. It's been a tough video, fellas. It is hard without Cameron. But I have one last idea. You may have heard of him. You may have seen him in your nightmares or out on the sesh. He's called the Park Ranger Terminator of Stephen's Green. And the thing that draws him out, this puppy right here. I'm gonna give you a little crack here. Let's boogie.
I started Float Tipp because I was just jealous. I was jealous of Ground Zero, taking our ideas and just doing it better. I realised I should be using that as encouragement for me to do better. I didn't like the second episode of Float Dublin. I thought the interview section was pretty bad. Everything was just handled bad, and I apologise for that. But I think I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back and do better. I think this will be the first and last episode of Float Tipp. Clonmel's a nice place. You know, there's some lovely people here. It's a nice, quaint, small town. And it's a good community with some really nice views and places. But I guess I just didn't want to show that because I was just so cynical. And I realised that's going to get me nowhere. So starting from now on, it'll be Float Dublin. And there's not going to be any Float whatever else. I wonder what the boys are up to.
So we couldn't find the Terminator. He wouldn't show up even with the fucking bait. Photo's over. Go watch Ground Zeroes. They're so funny, so funny. Oh shit! Oh shit! Text from Cameron. Okay, he's coming back. Slippery must be fucking shit. So my advice is to float Dublin. Bye bye. Terminator, Terminator, do 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 do.
Terminator, Terminator.
Terminator, Terminator. Oh, Terminator, Terminator, Terminator.
I want your cans.
Any more? Can I have them?
No, you whore.
I hate every can I see from
all the way from A to Z.
Never make a Garda out of me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was wrong. I had no power all along. Well, you finally not made a Garda. I'll never be a Garda.
In
Stevens Green.